Hey guys, I'm Mitch,
I'm Austin.
and this is Super Platinum Achievement, and we have got some more news on what Naughty Dog is working on these days. We're going to talk about it here in just a second. Alright guys, if you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. It helps us out a lot. We really appreciate it. Also, at the end of the video, if you liked it, give us a big thumbs up. That helps us out a lot as well. So yeah, Naughty Dog has apparently been very busy, and now we know what they have been working on. So
Yes.
everybody knows Naughty Dog is one of the premier game developers out there as far as releasing very well-polished games and critically acclaimed games. Most of the time their games are up for Game of the Year and they sell very well. Last one being The Last of Us Part 2. But now we know they are working on possibly up to 4 different projects right now. The ones that we just got news about are The Last of Us multiplayer. Apparently that was supposed to come out at the same time as The Last of Us Part 2, but Naughty Dog didn't like what they were working with, didn't like what they had, so they just wiped the slate clean and started over. So this
And
is
it sounds
Last
like
of
they
Us
just
Factions.
completely made
Yeah.
a new game.
Yeah.
And not just... So if you... Fans of the series that played the first Last of Us multiplayer, there's the Survivor mode, or I think is what it was called. It was like a 4v4 kind of team... Honestly, team deathmatch kind of game mode. I know there's a couple different game modes, but that's essentially along the lines of what it was. It sounds like this is totally different.
So they said it's like a mix between Tarkov and The Division, which, first things first, that means this map is going to be much bigger than the maps we
Yes.
had to deal with on the previous Last of Us multiplayer. So that's going to be awesome. And obviously it's going to be just a brand new game, like Austin said, just set in the Last of Us world. So I'm excited to see
if it's
that.
like if it's with those influences, it sounds like you're going to go into a dark zone or whatever they're going to call it, because that's definitely what they called it for Division, but like a infected zone or whatnot. So you might have to just deal with other players and infected while you're trying to loot and just get supplies to be able to bring back to your base, so you can upgrade yourself and maybe your base. And along those lines, maybe you can form up with some friends. And obviously, it might be, if it's like a little Division, I don't know if it's gonna be like loot based drops or something like that, or if you just need to just get supplies, like more like Tarkov thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. It could be. It's not. Doesn't sound like it's just a multiplayer. And that sounds like a full game to me.
Yes.
In the Last of Us,
and it might come up. It might come along with the rumored Last of Us remake. Who knows? That might just come as bonus content. We don't know what's going to go on. But this is going to fill a hole that Sony has had for a while. One of the knocks on Sony is that they don't have any good first-party exclusive multiplayer games, which is true. We don't have very much of that.
But they don't
have
focus
for a
on
while.
that a ton of the time.
Exactly. They don't.
Sony's
focus on it.
all about the single player story driven games,
narrative.
and they do really well for them. But yeah, there is a kind of void that they don't have, that they're not even in. Obviously, like Ubisoft definitely, I think, owns that kind of section of the gaming market right now. But so yeah, Sony looks like it's trying to throw its hat in the ring as well with that style of gameplay.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they have going on there. And then on top of that, they have said that the script for The Last of Us Part 3 is done, and they are about ready to start production on it. So obviously, that's still going to be pretty far out. We're, I think, minimum 3 years away from seeing that, if not more. Being the script being done, we got a long way to go. But we just know it's continuing, and we're going to get more from, most likely, Ellie. So The Last of Us will continue. They're not going to let that amazing franchise die anytime soon. And then the surprise on what they're working on is apparently a brand new IP set in a fantasy world, which is completely a departure from what we're used to. I mean, if you want to call Uncharted fantasy, I mean, you could maybe a little bit, but
when I hear fantasy world, I think, swords and staffs and wands and magic and stuff like that.
So I think of Fable. I think of
Witcher,
Elder Scrolls, Witcher.
Skyrim.
That's what I
Yes,
think of when I think of fantasy. So maybe we're going to get something along the lines of action adventure. Maybe they're going to bring us an open world game that Naughty Dog
maybe
has
it's
not
going to
given
be
us yet.
the competitor to. I don't want to say Skyrim again, because that was been out forever ago. But maybe Avowed, that's coming out with Obsidian.
Avowed, yeah.
That's going to be an Xbox exclusive. So maybe this is going to be Sony's counterpunch to that game.
Who knows? But
we don't know. We have no idea. This is a brand new thing for Naughty Dog. So
I absolutely love fantasy-based games. That's always been my favorite. My number one franchise being The Legend of Zelda. You can't get much more fantasy than that. So I'm excited to see what they're doing, because Naughty Dog never does a bad job as far as making the game. As you know, if you saw our review of The Last of Us Part 2, we weren't a big fan of the way the story took us, but we had zero complaints about the way the game was put together.
Looked beautiful, played really well. No complaints on that end. So if they just are still able to bring that into a new game, we're probably in all the way. So
absolutely. And the big question mark that we haven't heard about, but has been rumored, is: are we going to get another Uncharted? We don't know. As you know, if you played Uncharted 4, I mean, it was just re-released. So if you're still finishing up the Legacy of Thieves collection, then plug your ears real quick, because there's a little bit of spoilers here. But Nathan Drake's story wrapped up, and it's unlikely that they continue with him, because it was a nice ending to his story. But there's the possibility with Cassie Drake, once again spoilers, that's his daughter, maybe getting a spin-off series, or maybe we continue with Chloe and go on with her like they did with Lost Legacy. They got a lot of room to explore Uncharted, and I don't think it's going to die, because it's such an amazing franchise. And people,
Uncharted's regarded as one of the best franchises in gaming. So I don't think they're gonna just let it go at this point. It's been going too long, and every game is sold incredibly well and performed incredibly well. I mean, like we said, it's just there's that Naughty Dog polish that they have to every one of their games, and it's even back before Uncharted was a series, Naughty Dog was still putting out solid games. So it's just they just keep going up and up and up. So. We're on board for as many Naughty Dog projects as they are willing to throw at us, because we know they're probably going to be well done and deserving of our attention. So
yes, absolutely. So we're excited. What are you hoping to see from this new rumored IP? Do you think it's going to be a brand new game, or do you think they're maybe just teasing us and we're going to get maybe Jak and Daxter, which is kind of fantasy based if you think about it? Let us know what you think in the comments, and tell us what you'd like to see as far as a new Uncharted game goes. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up if you like this video, and we'll see you next time on
Super Platinum Achievement.
See you guys.
Bye.